This man had taken a unique fruit that made him extremely brave. He started forming a relationship directly with Radha's daughter. But we need to find out what terrifying events will occur as a result of these actions. At the beginning of the story, we see a time when humans were developing, meaning the era when we lived in forests. We are shown some tribal people who were hunting a very large animal for their dinner. Suddenly, a huge boar attacks one of the men. Their leader, named Morlog, becomes very angry and wants to know who is responsible for this. A tribal named Red emerges from the bushes and admits to having chased the boar. He believes his aim was perfect, but it ended up hitting one of their team members. As a result, Morlog and his companions decide to punish Red. We are then introduced to another tribal named Mike, who used to be a friend of Red. The people in the tribe, along with their companions, used to trouble Mike. Mike was the only friend in the entire village, and the tribe members often mistreated him. Among the villagers, Maya was a woman who was very fond of Mike. He even proposed to her, but Maya wanted a man with a lot of power who could protect her. Mike lacked these qualities. Morlog, who was already very strong, started showing interest in Maya. Mike also loved a woman named Hema, but he was very shy about talking to her mother. So Mike and his friends made a plan to go into the forest and hunt the large boar to impress Maya and her mother. Without wasting time, Mike and his friends went deep into the forest. They were very excited about the hunt. Along the way, they came across a huge tree with some strange fruits. The area was strictly off limits, but Red went to the tree and thought that these fruits must be magical. He believed that eating them would make his mind sharper and make him stronger. Mike tried to stop Red, but to no avail. But Red wasn't the type to listen to anyone. Without wasting any time, he started eating the fruit. He immediately began to feel more powerful and kept eating the fruit. However, Red couldn't answer simple questions. After that, Mike returned to his village, where everyone was celebrating a festival. The people were very happy. Absent advised Mike to talk to Ima and express everything in his heart. Red believed that whatever he wished for after eating the magical fruit would come true. But when Mike proposed to Ima, she directly started attacking him. Additionally, someone in the village saw Red eating the fruit, which was strictly illegal in their community. Therefore, Morlog and his men started to attack Red. Red fled into the forest to save his life, and the villagers pursued him like madmen. Red hid behind some bushes to escape, and just then Morlog arrived. As Morlog was about to attack Red, Mike launched a counterattack from behind Morlog, and both Red and Mike escaped to safety, moving far from the village. They reached the area near large mountains, but had no idea where they were going. Red and Mike arrived at a place where many animals were roaming. Red thought that the fruit had made him incredibly powerful, so he went directly to hunt an animal, but failed miserably. While they were discussing, they heard about the killing of their older brother Ima. There was a division of land between Cain and Abel, and Cain wanted the entire land for himself. Hence, he killed his older brother. He warned Red and Mike to be careful, and then took them to his home. They all sat down for dinner, and Cain's father, Adam, asked where Abel was. Cain straightforwardly said that he hadn't seen Abel since morning. After dinner, everyone went to bed. Mike was put asleep with a girl, which greatly disturbed him. On the other hand, a beautiful woman named Jack was trying to get close to him. It was later discovered that Jack was interested in women rather than men, so Red's plans were thwarted once again. The next morning, their father, along with the villagers, began searching for his eldest son, Abel. After extensive searching, they found Abel's body, and the suspicion fell on the younger son, Cain. However, Red and Mike had already left the village. The three of them traveled and arrived at a large area where many tribal people had gathered. Red saw Maya and Ima there. After talking to them, Mike learned that some bandits had attacked their village. In an attempt to escape, everyone had fled in all directions. The bandits had taken over the entire village, and the survivors had fled to this place. In that place, a traitor had captured Maya and Rima. Red didn't have enough money to free them. Just then, Cain offered to help Red, but he deceived him by handing over Red and Mike to the traitor. Both Red and Mike were captured along with Maya and Rima. The traitor took all the captured prisoners with him. Meanwhile, the dangerous bandits arrived, who had taken over the traitor's place, and they also captured the traitor's prisoners. Red and Mike managed to escape from the bandits, although the bandits had caught everyone else. Red and Mike hid and observed the situation. After the bandits left, Red and Mike continued their journey. They reached a village where soldiers took them inside and imprisoned them, believing they were intruders. Red and Mike were shocked to discover that Kane worked as a security guard in that palace and had been hired to guard the place. Kane tried to convince Red and Mike to take up similar jobs. The next day, both of them started working as security guards. Although they had no idea about the job, they performed their duties. They were shown around the entire village. There, the king and his very beautiful daughter were present. The king was performing a ritual involving virgin girls. The villagers believed that by offering these virgin girls, the gods would be pleased and provide them with food, water, and money. This practice had been ongoing for years. One day, Red and Mike learned that Princess Mia had summoned them. Excited, they went to the palace. Inside, they saw that all the men were enamored with beautiful girls. Maya and Ima were also there, serving everyone in the palace. One of the palace commanders yelled at them to stop mistreating Ima and Maya. Mike was also assigned to serve everyone but received special treatment because Princess Mia seemed to have taken a liking to him. Meanwhile, Princess Mia's father was shown inside the palace talking about a magical door. He believed that whoever entered the door never returned. Only those blessed by the gods could exit the room. Princess Mia was trying to convince her father to let her enter the room. Red, in a bold move, entered the room, and the door shut behind him. Red was terrified about what would happen next. He saw Mike standing normally inside, feeling no danger. Red began to pray to the gods, though he was skeptical about their power. Due to their argument and the strange events, Red and Mike ended up finding their way out of the room on their own. Seeing this, the princess and her father were astonished because no one had ever returned from that room before. They wondered how Red and Mike had managed to escape safely. The realization dawned that these two could be a serious threat to them. Consequently, Red and Mike were taken into custody. The next day, in front of everyone, the two were to be honored with the ritual of offering. However, Red informed everyone that he had returned alive from the sacred room and that everything the king had said was completely wrong. After hearing this, the people began to trust him and believed that Red had a divine message. The public became fervent supporters of Red. Despite this, the king continued his superstitious practices. He selected virgin girls again for the ritual, and this time Princess Mia was among them, along with Maya and Ima. To save Ima, Red immediately started wreaking havoc at the construction site, causing chaos and confusion. The public, now in a frenzy, began attacking the king. Mike arrived with his girlfriend and broke her virginity, which led to Ima being spared from the ritual. Red managed to defeat the king and dispel his superstitions. At that moment, the entire public supported Red. The king admitted defeat, and with everything returning to normal, Red gave a heartfelt speech to everyone, urging them not to believe in superstitions, but to follow the path shown by the gods. He had done all this to save his friends. As a result, Red was made the queen of the entire village, and Mike, Maya, and Ima set out on their way. Thus, our adventurous story comes to an end.